You always saw somebody you knew. I'd peek into the bars along the way, maybe see the big girls all dressed up, just getting out of work or headed downtown. A little further down was the Union Hall. It was always busy there, especially on payday when the guys would shoot craps out in the back. Here comes Uncle Tinny, wearing his pork chop hat. Maybe he was on his way to the Three Lantern Bar over on the corner of Pike and Brook Street. That was where the longshoremen hung out, and it could get kind of rough. Providence was the second best port on the whole East Coast. The waterfront provided jobs for almost 200 longshoremen. Thanks to Sonny Bento, the savvy business agent for the union, they had a pension plan and good benefits. My father worked the boats to pick up extra money. Whenever a big load of scrap iron or lumber came in, he'd get up at the crack of dawn, grab his hook, and head down to the Union Hall for the shape-up.
Everybody went to work with a hook, and you walk and talk. Just make your load, and there'll be four different sets working in a hole.
The only time you come out of the hole is when you had to go home and eat.
Right.
Yeah, there's no big belly longshoreman. All that bending all day long, picking up that lumber. Majority of guys in good
Everybody
shape.
was in shape.
Everybody was in good shape.
Yeah.
They come 12 o'clock, they roll with for go to dinner. The guys just fly up that ladder, 40, 50 foot high, but climb up like it wasn't nothing, you know?
At the end of the day, the men would leave the port of Providence on Allen's Avenue and head back to the point. Maybe they'd find a good card game, or just hang out in front of the Three Lantern Bar. If they bumped into the chief near the barber shop, they'd catch up on union business. Or maybe just step inside the bar to see who was there. Longshoremen by day, musicians by night. They play for Cape Verdean clubs like St. Isabel's, a women's organization, or Saint-Anton, famous for its cultural activities and dances. The women at the Saint-Anton Club were some of the best cooks in Fox Point. Mrs. Lima arrived early on the day of a party and began preparing huge pots of canja, chicken soup, and jacasita. People would almost come to blows about whether one of the main dishes was called manchupa or kachupa.
Upper Islands, you know, my mother, people in all of them all said, for manchupa, kachupa, kashup, but kashup. Wow, the lower islands, Brava and Fork and everything, manchup. There's a difference there. So I tell them I like it all. I said, no problem. Now, you know that the kachupa, though, came from the upper islands. And my grandmother was Brava and stuff, but I have to stick strong to that.
After dinner, people would stand out on the porch and wait for Flash and his sister Vicky to arrive and set up for the dance. You could hear the boom, 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 boom of the electric bass, guitars, and violins of the Creole music warming up all the way over to our house a block away.
Oh, mamãe, se dá minha boinha, Pamela Barneias, laranjinha. Hoje em dia, tudo tá bem. Quem tem servido e o casca laranja. Passar na rua de Alfanga, hoje grupo de preto mas branco. Perguntar que grupo era aquele. Olha que coisa, é grupo laranja.
The firstborn generation swung into the 1940s. Providence had a reputation for pretty girls and good dancers. The jitterbugs hit the old post road that ran from Rhode Island down the Cape. Or headed to New Bedford, to the Gee dances, short for Portuguese.
Sundays on South Main Street, it was nice because the men used to put on their phantom-like shoes, their peg pants, and their hats, and they were dressed. We would leave our house, and then everyone had like a little clique, like, you know, like friends, and we'd get dressed and we'd go down South Main Street and go to Miller's Spa, have a little banana split or an ice cream soda or whatever. Then we'll go down, take a little ride, we'll go take a little walk, we'll go down to Catalos and listen to the Cape Verdean bands that were there, you know. And everybody was there. It was nice. We had a parrot, and, well, we had a curfew. We used to go out, but we had a curfew. At a certain time, we had to be home. So that parrot, when we used to sneak coming home, and he used to hear us, he used to tell my mother, here they come, and then he used to, ha, 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 you're going to get a beating, you're going to get a beating. My mother get up, and you know what my mother used to do to us.
When the grown-ups were at work or went out, we'd go to Granny's house. Granny's KoolAid, sugar, and fresh squeezed lemons was a favorite for the grandkids, hands crippled with arthritis. We knew there were Oreo cookies, peanuts, and banana sandwiches, linguiça and eggs to go with the KoolAid. Granny's house, or Control Central, as Uncle Dinky called it. Every Sunday after church and on holidays, Granny was at that stove making canja, red kidney beans, manchupa with mandioca. Aunts, uncles, cousins, we packed that five-room apartment. Uncle Tony, always taking movies. Doing the twist, and learning to dance to Cape Verdean music by watching Granny and her sons. And Grandpa would calmly walk through a sea of grandchildren, with Yenton Maria, our beloved family friend, watching over all of us. If we weren't at Granny's, we'd visit family in New Bedford, take a summer trip to Grandma's cottage on York Street in Nantucket, drive down the Cape to East Wareham to Granny Montero's house in the middle of woods, blueberry bushes, and cranberry bogs. And for all of our big parties and events, everyone went to the Cape Verdean Progressive Center in East Providence, founded in 1951 to serve the immigrant community. People came from all over for the first celebration of the Mastu, built like a ship's mast, decorated with greens, fruits, breads, vegetables, and put up in Brava between June and August to celebrate the Saints' Days. I only remember going outside the Cape Verdean community for school, church, and the Girl Scouts, but we never went to the black community.
Oh, I'll tell you what I remember. The expression gentis pretos, black people. When I was a boy in New Bedford growing up, I heard said among Creole people that I knew, you couldn't, you weren't supposed to associate with people in the West Side. That was the attitude. I remember being told of some Cape Verdean girls who were ostracized by the Cape Verdean community because they had something to do with some people out in the West Side. That's what I was told.
What would the basis of that animosity be?
I don't know. I don't know, but I assume the racism that existed subtly, covertly, that was the explanation. It didn't pay, it doesn't pay to become associated with a group that was disfavored.
Cape Verdean society is like the Brazilian society and the Cuban society. We see it today with them. You had those that look like they're Bronx, look like very European, very white, and could be your sisters and brothers. Then you had the other bunch that was very dark, very African. All of a sudden they come to America. Now we're splitting with. We're not parting financially. We're parting color-wise. And I'll never forget, Tilly King was downtown, and he told me, he said, he saw different ones working on the counter, cosmetic counter, and he said, oh, those are my cousins. And one Irish kid said to him, a friend of his, those are not your cousins. Yes, they are. So he said, no. He said, those, the little Irish kid said, those girls are white. You know, they don't put white girls, they don't put colored girls on a cosmetic counter. They put them on the elevators and stuff, right? So he said, I'm telling you, those are cousins of mine. So whatever way it went, the little kid went and told somebody else. They got back upstairs in the office of Shepard's. And next thing you know, the girls lost their jobs. They told them they could keep the jobs, but they could take on their jobs as elevator operators as opposed to working on the cosmetic counter. Of course, the girls in the elevator operator didn't want them there either because many days they walked by them and they didn't talk.